Καλησπέρα, οι κάμερες είναι έτοιμες. Καλησπέρα σε όλους. Είμαστε εδώ για την συνέντευξη που ενόψει του αυριανού αγώνα της League Phase του Europa League μεταξύ του Παναθηναϊκού και της Victoria Pilsen. Μαζί μας είναι ο προπονητής της ομάδας του κ. Ράφα Πανίτεφ και εκ μέρους των ποδοσφαιριστών ο Ανάς Ζαρουρή. Όπως πάντα ξεκινάμε με τις ερωτήσεις σας για τον ποδοσφαιριστή και μετά για το θέμα. Παρακαλώ. Έλα. Ένα λεπτό.
Καλησπέρα και καλή επιτυχία σε όλους τους άντρες και στην ομάδα και στον κόσμο και σε εσένα. Θέλω να μας πεις, προέρχεστε από ένα έτσι λίγο περίεργο φεγγάρι, με κάποια αρνητικά αποτελέσματα στο πρωτάθλημα, για το είναι άλλο πράγμα. Πόσο σας δίνει μια διέξοδο σε μια σεζόν που δεν έχουν πάει καλά τα πράγματα στη Λίγκα, στην ευρωπαϊκή προοπτική και να προκριθεί Παναθηναϊκός στις επόμενες φάσεις του Europa League. Και το δεύτερο, βλέπω ότι είσαι χρησιμοποιηθεί σε κάποια παιχνίδια ως αριστερός fullback σε ένα άλλο σύστημα από το coach. Πιστεύεις ότι είναι κάτι το οποίο πλέον το έχεις βάλει στο παιχνίδι σου, είναι κάτι το οποίο σε δυσκολεύει, έχεις προσαρμοστεί πάνω σε αυτό. Σε ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Ouais, donc premièrement, je pense que on sait très bien et on est conscient que notre aventure européenne est aussi très importante pour nous, surtout que là on est dans une phase où on a surtout besoin de gagner le prochain match pour se rapprocher pour la qualification. Donc on est conscient de ça et on prépare du mieux qu'on peut le match. Et pour la position, même si on me demande d'être dans les cages, j'ai envie envie de dire, je le ferai. Tu vois, donc, tout ce que je pourrais faire pour aider l'équipe, là, je le ferai et je réponds aux attentes du coach vis-à-vis de la position que je joue.
Έχουμε ερώτηση. Λάμπρο.
Καλησπέρα κύριε Ζαρουλή. Καλή επιτυχία στο ευρωπαϊκό παιχνίδι που έρχεται για τον Παναθηναϊκό. Στα τελευταία παιχνίδια βλέπουμε να συζητείτε πολύ και από τον τύπο και από τους φιλάθλους για τα ατομικά λάθη των ποδοσφαιριστών του Παναθηναϊκού, τα οποία δυστυχώς κρίνουν και αποτελέσματα. Η δική σας προσωπική εικόνα ποια είναι για αυτό το κομμάτι? Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Je pense que là on est dans une phase, surtout quand on le presse un peu moins, on est dans une phase où il ne faut pas regarder, je pense, individuellement. Le plus important, je pense, c'est l'équipe, et j'en suis sûr. Donc ça veut dire on n'est pas là à s'en vouloir à qui que ce soit. On est une équipe, on est ensemble dans les bons moments comme dans les moins bons.
Επόμενη ερώτηση, παρακαλώ. Έχουμε άλλη ερώτηση? Όχι. Προχωράμε το πρόγραμμα. Διονύση.
Καλησπέρα, coach. Καλή επιτυχία για αύριο. Αν και υποψιάζομαι ότι θα μου πείτε ότι στόχος του το επόμενο παιχνίδι, αντιλαμβανόμαστε όλοι ότι δεδομένου ότι το πρωτάθλημα έχει μια μακριά, τέλος πάντων, και ο Παναθηναϊκός προχωράει στη ζώνη, αλλά είναι πολύ πίσω. Αυτό που αντιλαμβανόμαστε έξω από την ομάδα είναι ότι η Ευρώπη είναι ένας υψηλός στόχος. Θέλω να μου πείτε αν είναι έτσι και τι στόχες έχετε για την Ευρώπη. Και αν θεωρείτε ότι αυτή τη μία από το αυριανό μάτς, τουλάχιστον μέχρι τώρα, είναι για τον Παναθηναϊκό το παιχνίδι της χρονιάς. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Too much. I understand that in football we try to see that the next game is like a final. No, they were asking me the same question before, and what I said so many times, that is a process. We know, and we are conscious about that we are not doing as well as we wanted, but we have won 7 games over 10 games. So in terms of overall, it's fine. In the league, we have had a couple of bad results, and especially the way that these results came means that it's more pessimistic, but it still is something that we know and we have to fix, and we are working on that. But you cannot change things in the middle of the table. You were asking me a couple of weeks ago about the transfer window, 1 week ago about the transfer window. So we have a good group of players that they are working hard, and we made mistakes, not just individual mistakes. I made mistakes, they made mistakes, we made mistakes. And we have to fix these problems, training, working harder, working better. But still, you will make mistakes. I don't know if you have children or not, but if your son is doing some equations in mathematics and then he's making mistakes, you say, listen, you have to do this, that. He will not be better. He will make more mistakes because he will feel the pressure. So at this time, at this moment, we have to be sure that we get the best from our players, and in the future, we will see the level of each one. Then we will make decisions. But we share the feeling of the fans that, we have to do better here or there. We share the feeling of you, the fans, and everyone that is supporting this club. But it's a time that we have to concentrate on get the best from everyone. Then, this is a crucial game. It's a very, very important game, but crucial. Imagine that tomorrow we cannot win, but we won the next 2 games. Maybe we are qualified. So that is football. So it's not that if we cannot, it's the end of the competition. No, we want to win. We are ready mentally, and you could hear him to play in any position, whatever. So the players are ready. After, we can make mistakes, but I think that we have to realize that we are changing a lot of things in the club. The president is changing a lot of things, and I will need some time. And you believe in that, because I know that you believe in that. But when you lose or you concede a goal in the last minute, the fans are disappointed. We are disappointed, but we cannot change what happened in the game. So what we have to be sure is that we are learning from this game for the next games. And maybe if we make another mistake, you would tell me, listen, you are not learning. Yeah, maybe some people need more time to learn, but we know that and we are working on that. But I said too many hands now, so that was good. Sorry, let me go first.
Γινόμαστε στα μισά παιχνίδια του πρωταθλήματος και στην Ευρώπη με την Κροατία και με τη Φέγγεν ως τελευταίο του παράταση των καθυστερήσεων. Ο Παναθηναϊκός δέχεται γκολ στις καθυστερήσεις. 6 μάτς με γκολ μετά το 90. Πώς μπορεί να το εξηγήσει κανείς αυτό το πράγμα? Πέρα από τα ατομικά λάθη, είναι κάτι που έχει να κάνει με την χαμηλή αυτοπεποίθηση της ομάδας, το μεγάλο βάρος, την πίεση που νιώθουμε?
Yeah, I was trying to explain that. I don't agree with this general perception. I agree with the fact that we concede goals, or the team concede goals in the last minutes of the games. But before, when I came here, we were talking about lack of confidence, maybe dropping deep because the players were worried. We are not doing that. I was analyzing the last 10 minutes of the game, and we have 3 regains, 2 long possessions, and we allowed them to make crosses from the full-back, and then we made one mistake that was allowed a cross from the winger position, and then we didn't defend well. We are not making the same things that we were doing before. We are going faster, the tempo is higher in the game, the players are running more and faster and high intensity, that is the difference, but still we have some limitations. And we have to keep working on that. So I think that we will have more confidence if we can get a couple of results at the last minutes, and the team will grow in confidence and it will be easy. But in the past, we're more about, we know that we will concede, and I remember having conversation with players that they were worried about that. Now is, listen, we have to do the right things because we know that we can keep the result. The other day, I think it was a couple of mistakes, but there's nothing to do with the team panicking. They play 2 or 3 long balls, and you have to defend the 2 or 3 long balls deeper, and after you push up. But if you make mistakes, you make mistakes.
Παρατηρείται γενικά το φαινόμενο στο ποδόσφαιρο. Ομάδες που στις εγχώριες διοργανώσεις μπορεί να παραπατάνε, στις ευρωπαϊκές να δείχνουν ένα διαφορετικό πρόσωπο. Και προκειμένου δεν είναι μόνο Παναθηναϊκός, είναι και εκεί πέρα που δεν είναι κάτι αντίστοιχο στην Ευρώπη. Είναι έτσι στις ευρωπαϊκές διοργανώσεις, το πρωτάθλημα στην Αφρική. Η διαφορά είναι ότι ο Παναθηναϊκός στα 2 τελευταία παιχνίδια έχει χάσει παιχνίδια που είτε έχει καλή απόδοση είτε δεν έχει καλή απόδοση. Το ένα ήταν το Σάξφορ, ήταν έτοιμο να το κερδίσει. Το άλλο το έχει σοφαρίσει με μεγάλη ανατροπή παρότι έπαιζε με παίκτη λιγότερο. Αυτό το σοκ, γιατί είναι ένα σοκ, δεν μπορεί να μην είναι ένα σοκ αυτό και μέσα από την κυρία. Πιστεύετε ότι μπορεί να επηρεάσει το διακύβευμα του αυριανού αγώνα και τη σημασία που έχει, ή μπορεί να λειτουργήσει συσπηρωτικά?
Yeah, I'm sure that they will be trying to do their best to win because we have to change the perception. But as you say, football teams that maybe in the league are not doing so well, but after they have more confidence in the European competitions. In our case, what we do is check what we did wrong, try to improve that, training, talking with players, watching the videos, analyzing the mistakes. So he was asking about clips to the analyst. We had a conversation the other day about his game. So we have players that they want to improve, but we have to give them some time and we have to give them some confidence. And confidence, I don't know if I told you, Luis Aragonés was saying, you cannot buy confidence in the 5th floor of the shopping center. So confidence is doing things right in the training sessions and then winning. Because if you do well, the reaction of the team against AICAR in the second half with 10 players was great. But after we made one mistake and everything was like disappearing. It's not like that. We have to take the positives of the team. And I will say again, and then I know that the fans could be upset if we lost the game or if we concede, we made a mistake. But we have to take the positive of this group of players, be sure that we can get the best from them, And if someone in January is not good enough for the level that we think that we have to have, we will try to make decisions, but we have to respect players that they work really hard to be there. And that was the conversation that we had. The players are running more and faster. I'm telling you with the data now, we have the GPS, so we can prove that. The other thing is if we can win when we challenge and we can win last minute challenge in the air. So if you are like that, it's very difficult to win in the air. If you are not fast, it's very difficult to be faster. So then we have a characteristic of a group of players, and then we are trying to get the best from them. Then if we need something more, maybe, yeah, for sure, if you want to compete, you need something more. But they are giving everything. Don't forget that, for example, the Europa League, the thing that we say, we don't need to talk about the past because we want to concentrate on the future. Yeah, but the past has an influence. So for this game, so we have 3, 4, 5 players that they are not on the list, and 3, 4, 5 players that they are really important for the team. So if you put these 4 or 5 players in the team, we'll be stronger. But now we have injuries, so they are not on the list. That is the reality, and we have to deal with this reality. And apart from that, we will give everything. And if we win tomorrow, it doesn't matter what I say here today. Everybody will be happy. If we cannot, you will be analyzing every single word. And he said this, he said that. But that is football. So what we have at the moment is a plan. Trust me, we have a plan. Not just for the game. It's a plan for improving the team, the club, with the experience that we have. And we can make mistakes, but we have a plan. And we will try to follow the plan. And if we draw in the last minute, again, that we deserve to win, it wasn't an amazing game, but we deserve to win. We could score. If Tete scored in the chance that he had, this press conference will be totally different. We'll be talking about the confidence of the team, that we don't concede in the last minute. So that is the reality of football. Then we cannot be focused on just the result. We have to focus on the process to get the results. So we want to see that, or we want to be sure that we do the right things to get more or better results in the future, not just short term. The way to do that is to be sure that the short term, everybody's focused. So he cannot think about the next 20 games, so he has to think about the next game. I have to think about the next game, and my staff has to help me to think about the future. And we have a plan. If it's wrong, you will tell me in 3 months, listen, you were wrong. But I believe, because we did it in the past, that we can change things for the better. It's my feeling. And then you have to trust me. The fans has to trust me, has to trust the people in the club. Fine for him. The people in the club, because they are changing. So the president is changing things. And he's changing things because he knows that something was wrong in the past, and then we are trying to do better. If we win, I would say again, I don't need to say too much. If we lose, we have to carry on doing the right things for the future, for the present and for the future.
Καλησπέρα, καλή.
Καλησπέρα.
Θέλω να ρωτήσω το εξής. Είχαμε μια συζήτηση με ένα φίλο μου για τον τρόπο συνάδελφο, για τον τρόπο που παίζετε μέχρι τώρα. Είστε κάποιο χρονικό διάστημα στην ομάδα. Δεν έχει σημασία το δεν πάμε. Αυτό που θέλω να ρωτήσω είναι βάση. Είχατε πει ότι θα εξελίσσεστε μαζί με την ομάδα και φυσικά έχετε ένα μακροπρόθεσμο σχέδιο όπως ακούσαμε. Βάσει των όσων έχετε δει μέχρι τώρα και των αγώνων που έχουμε δει και εμείς, έχετε κατασταλάξει αν στο Παναθηναϊκό ταιριάζει περισσότερο να παίζει με τριάδα πίσω ή τετράδα? Αυτό ήθελα να ρωτήσω. Ή το πηγαίνετε αναλόγως και το πώς προσαρμόζεται μάλλον πάνω στον αντίπαλο κάθε φορά? Ξέρω ότι τα συστήματα είναι περισσότερο για να συζητάμε, αλλά μας ενδιαφέρει γενικά το που είναι το βάρος στο τακτικό κομμάτι. Ευχαριστώ.
Yeah, I agree. The system is not crucial, but it's giving you solutions depending on your team. So sometimes we decide the system depending on the players are available and the characteristics of our players. And he was playing in a line of 5 because we needed him, and he has energy and his understanding of the game was good. Then we said, okay, he can do it. He did well, but maybe for another game we will change. But the main thing is to be sure that the players, they know if we play this way, it's because that. If we play with this system, it's because that. If we play with this system, it's because that. So they need to know the strengths and weaknesses of each system, but the way that we want to play, with high tempo, with intensity, moving the ball quickly, being aggressive in the pressing, that is overall the main thing. After, we can put the players in different positions, but the idea is the same. So we know that we have to increase the tempo, the intensity, the pressing. We have done already that. Still, we have to improve some areas, but sometimes the characteristics of your players don't allow you to improve these areas straight away. You need more time.
Γιώργο.
Καλησπέρα.
Καλησπέρα.
Δύο ερωτήματα είναι. Το πρώτο έχει ασφαλώς γρήγορη απάντηση. Αν θα αλλάξετε τον Ντέσσερ, ο οποίος είχε βγει από τη λίστα όταν τραυματίστηκε, τώρα είναι καλά και προπονείται, είναι το βασικό συντελεστικό του Παναθηναϊκού. Αυτό είναι το πρώτο ερώτημα. Και το δεύτερο αφορά τον Ταμπόρδα. Είχατε ξαναπαντήσει τώρα και στην προηγούμενη και για αυτό το θέμα. Απλά συζητείτε επειδή είναι ένας παίκτης που.
I can hear you, but he cannot hear you. In the meantime, listen, if you want to go because you have to have lunch and then... Yeah. He has to go because he has to train.
Okay.
He's more important than me for the training session. Ready? Sorry, come on.
Λοιπόν, να ξεκινήσουμε.
Πάμε, Γιώργο.
Λοιπόν, το ερώτημα είναι και πιο σύντομη απάντηση είναι για τον Ντέσσερ. Είχε βγει από τη λίστα όταν τραυματίστηκε. Τώρα είναι καλά, προπονείται. Το ερώτημα αν θα ξαναμπεί άμεσα, γιατί η δική μου Παναθηναϊκός είναι 24 ώρα να τον δηλώσει στη λίστα για να έχει center for, έχει βέβαια και το συντέσκει, αλλά λέω το ερώτημα είναι αυτό. Το δεύτερο είναι για τον Ταμπόρδα. Είχατε απαντήσει την προηγούμενη Κυριακή μετά το παιχνίδι σχετικά με τον Αργεντίνο ποδοσφαιριστή. Είναι ένα περιουσιακό στοιχείο του Παναθηναϊκού ακριβώς για τα ελληνικά δεδομένα. Και πολλοί ρωτούν οι φίλαθλοι γιατί δεν παίζει και αν δεν πάρει ευκαιρίες για να παίξει, πώς θα δείξει ότι αξίζει. Αυτό σκοπεύετε να του δώσετε κάποια ευκαιρία στο μέλλον ή να έχετε κάποια ιδιαίτερη συνομιλία μαζί του προκειμένου να αξιοποιηθεί, δεν ξέρω.
Yeah, obviously, I agree with you that these are two of our players and we have to take care of them. Then we have to make decisions. My job is to see the players during the training sessions, see the potential, and make decisions depending on what we need. Dessers has been improving, but still is not at the level that he can be. So if we have the opportunity to change a player on the list, we will do it if it's necessary, but at the moment I think he's a little bit far away of the others in terms of fitness. He's improving, he's right, but still he needs more time, so I think it's too early for him. In terms of Taborda, when we came here, we knew that he was a player that everybody was expecting great things, and then we start analyzing, watching, talking with him. It's easier for me to talk with him because I can talk in Spanish with him, so he can understand me. And we gave him the chance in the cup, and then we were considering another games. But the reality that his position, we have players in this position that they can do well, and they can give us something different at the moment. Can he play tomorrow or any other games? Yes, he can, but the point is that he has to compete with another teammates. Then we will try to be sure that the fans can see him, but the main thing for me is that to choose the right players depending on the game, and if I think that someone else, Bregu, because he was the cup, he has to play. So in the same position, he has to be ahead of him because that is the rules are like that. But if we have a chance, we will give him a chance. But the only thing I can say about him is a nice lad, he's training really well, and I'm desperate to give him a chance and hopefully he can score goals. But it's not that something that I can guarantee because it depends on the other teammates around him.
Νίκο.
Καλησπέρα, Κώστα. Καλή
Καλησπέρα.
επιτυχία. Με δεδομένο τον τρόπο που ήταν τα δύο τελευταία ανεπιτυχή αποτελέσματα του Παναθηναϊκού στο πρωτάθλημα και βλέποντας έναν προπονητή να στηρίζει την ομάδα του, να γίνεται ασπίδα για τους ποδοσφαιριστές του στο στον δημόσιο του λόγο, αυτός ο προπονητής, εν προκειμένου εσείς, περιμένετε αύριο το βράδυ μια έξτρα αντίδραση από τους παίκτες σας?
Yeah, we had a meeting yesterday. The meeting was about what we did, how we concede, and we analyzed 3 games, clips of 3 games, and the message is always the same. We have to take responsibility, and we have to realize that we have a lot of people behind us, and my job is to support the players if they try. If they make mistakes, try to find the solution. But if they try, it's okay. Then I remember at the end of the game, some people, oh, they didn't do this or that. It's not true. We had the data, and the data is something that you cannot argue now. So they were running more and faster. That's it. So then they made mistakes. Yes, they made mistakes, but they were running more and faster. They didn't do this or that. Maybe because they cannot. Maybe because they cannot. And I will not tell you exactly what, because I don't want to give clues to the opponents. But if we cannot, we need to find a way to improve them. But if they cannot, we need to find another solution. Fine, fair enough. But that is the time to get the best of a group of players that they are trying. And if someone is not trying too hard, maybe he's not playing. Or maybe it's because someone is doing better. But believe me, so we know. Don't forget that we have 34 players in the squad. 34. So that is something that we have to deal with that. When we prepare training sessions, in a game, you play 11 against 11, okay? So we train, and we have 11 against 11, and still we have 6 players out. So imagine that Stamatis is one of the players that is out. He will not be happy with me. But the next training session, I have to leave another 6 players out. He will not happy with me. So these kind of things that we are dealing with, these kind of things now, we have to find solutions in the future. At the moment, we try to rotate, we try to manage, we have some injuries, but we have a situation that we are playing 2 games a week, and we don't have time to make excuses, or we don't have time to promise anything. The only thing that I can say is that they are trying. I'm trying to protect the team because it's what we have to do. The players, they know that. So it's not that they don't feel the pressure, but we are professionals. We have to deal with the pressure, and they have to. I told them, you have to deal with that. So I don't want players hiding because they feel pressure. If not, we cannot be in a top side. So the message is there. It's very clear. If we can find solutions, right. If not, we have to look another way.
Τελευταία ερώτηση.
Καλησπέρα. Η Victoria Plzeň είναι μια έμπειρη ομάδα με σταθερή παρουσία στην Ευρώπη. Πώς ακριβώς προσπαθείτε να επισημάνετε τα λάθη που μπορεί να γίνουν από το παιχνίδι της? Ευχαριστώ. Και τι θα εστιάσετε?
I like the question because you wanted to talk about the game, but I cannot give you the answer because if not, the coach will be listening to me and say, oh, they will do this or that. But yeah, overall, it's a good team. They are not losing. They have a lot of energy. They run a lot. There's a lot of man-to-man. They are aggressive. They play good counter-attack. So these kind of things that we know, to exploit the weaknesses that they have, we have to be very precise because they will be on top of us all the time. And we cannot run everywhere because then we will be disorganized and we'll be weaker. So we have to keep the balance, as you used to say. Be organized, be sure that if we have to play counter-attack, we play with pace, and if we have to keep the ball and we have to sustain the attack and put them deep, but stop them playing counter-attack. But normal things that I can say that you have seen so many times. But the difference between this team and other teams is that they run a lot. They are aggressive and they have the belief that giving everything, they can get results. That's what they are doing now in the Europa League. So it will be tough, yes. Can we do it? Yes.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Thank you. I stop.